Welcome to 10-Minute Transformations. My name is Janet, and today's practice is a 10-minute evening yoga, bedtime yoga, to help you fall asleep. So I recommend you empty your bladder and you climb into bed, having everything near you that you will need. Now, one of the ways we can really get going is to let go and slow down. So we'll start lying on our back. I'm using a yoga mat, but hopefully you're lying in your bed. And we'll take a full body stretch. And if there's a headboard overhead, you can hold on to opposite elbows, which really stretch your body out nice and long. Let's take a deep breath in, and then open your mouth and really let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale. Oh yeah, one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the slow breathing really inspire your class as you continue to breathe slow and steady. Start to slowly move toward bringing your feet onto the mat, and then hug your knees up and into your chest, giving your low back a little added space. A little bit of a stretch. I like to rock gently side to side just to create a little more space. Then lay your feet down on the mat or bed with your knees in the air and toe your feet out a little wider than your hips. Allow your knees to come together to touch, and you're going to open up the sacroiliac joint, the lower part of your back here. Now what's important is that we just take this slow and feel the stretch. Feel the release in the lower back, an area that can be very distracting when it's bothersome and it makes it hard to fall asleep. So maybe some of these stretches definitely release the low back, and maybe that will help you fall asleep more easily. Keep your feet exactly where they are, slightly wider than your hips, and open your knees just a little, and then gently rock your knees side to side. Ever so gentle stretch for the hips, but also this gives the lower back a stretch as you move into a gentle low back twist. Move slow, maybe even moving slowly with your breath. This really helps you wind down, really helps you relax. And then coming back to center, start to walk your feet toward each other. Your knees will stay in the air. Once your feet touch, simply allow your knees to fall open like butterfly wings. And you're really stretching the inner thighs. You might feel a little something in the pelvic region. Just take a few breaths here, nice and slow, enjoying the stretch. It's nice to do this stretch on your bed because it's so soft. But if you're on a yoga mat, you could always put a blanket underneath you for more padding. I'm on a soft wood floor with my mat, so I feel pretty comfortable here on the floor. Please take care of yourself. Good. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Awesome. Ever so slowly, and I recommend using your hands. Start to draw your knees up and bring them together. From there, hug both knees up and into your chest, just giving yourself a little squeeze. You can feel your pelvis tuck under in this delicious little low back stretch. Take another breath here, breathing slow. When we're asleep, our breath flows really slow. And then place your feet down on the mat again, right beneath your seat. Extend and reach your right leg up. Maybe even grab a hold of it and give it a little added slow stretch. Keep a bend in the knees. We're relaxing, not straining here. We're winding down. Then with a bend in the right knee, place your right ankle on your left thigh and use your right hand to push your right knee away. So this is a perfectly good stretch. It's very relaxing, releases the lower back and the right hip. But sometimes we don't feel enough in that stretch. And those of you that are a little more flexible in the hips, you may want to go a little deeper by lifting your left knee toward your chest to take your right hand between the legs, I call that threading the needle, and bring your left hand to meet your right hand behind the left thigh. And then as the left knee bends, you start to draw the left knee towards you. There's no strain here. The whole point is relaxing, letting go, winding down, and breathing really slow. Really pay attention to your exhalation. We do breathe in and it brings energy in, and here we're trying to relax. So breathing out slowly will help your body relax even more. Keeping this relaxed and mellow feeling in mind, let's release ever so slowly, one step at a time, letting go of the left thigh. Place the left foot down on your bed. Bring your right leg, maybe kick it into the air and give it a gentle little stretch. And then place your right foot down on the bed. Try the same stretch on the other side. Start to extend the left leg up. Keeping the knee bent to be easy and relaxed. Draw the left knee toward you for a little more stretch. And then bending the left knee even more, place your left ankle on your right thigh. Use your left hand to push the left thigh away from you. Just pause to notice what you feel in your lower left hip and your lower back. Hopefully you're feeling it and it's good for you. Or if you want to go deeper and you did it on the previous side, start to lift your right knee toward you. Bring your left hand between your legs, thread the needle, and meet your right hand at the back of the right thigh. And then you begin to draw the right knee toward you. Relaxing as best you can. Breathing slowly, pausing here, winding down at the end of the day. These stretches designed to release tension in the body so that you can sleep peacefully and soundly. Just a reminder, breathe slowly and really focus on exhaling. Nice long exhales. Moving really slow as we release in reverse order. First the hands come from the back of the right thigh. The right foot then touches the mat or bed in your case. And the left leg lifts up. You might give it that little gentle stretch. And then place your left foot down. One more pose before we come to sleeping. Draw your knees into your chest and give your back a little added stretch. Move into a twist by taking your arms out. And if there's someone in bed next to you, maybe you need to bend your elbows. Drop both knees to the left, gently, slowly. Now, the more you bring your knees close to your left elbow, the more stretch you'll feel in your lower back. The more you drop them down a little bit, you'll feel a little bit less intensity. So just do what's right for you. And if you're lying on a pillow, look up at the ceiling, or maybe you take your gaze slightly in the opposite direction of your knees, moving your gaze over to the right as you soften to your mattress, soften to your bed, and relax. And then ever so slowly, draw both knees back up into your chest. Give them a little added little stretch, a little squeeze. And then just very gently drop your knees over to the right. Bringing the knees closer to the right arm, that makes it a little more intense. Or lowering the knees down a little bit toward hip height is a little less intense. Your gaze might be at the ceiling, or turn your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. And just breathe. Relax. Winding down here at the end of the day. What a beautiful way to fall asleep at night. Moving ever so slowly, draw both knees back up into your chest. And then as you lay your legs back down on your bed, you might want to cover up with a blanket if you'd like. And one last little tip that I like to do that always helps me fall asleep is to pay attention to my breath by placing one hand on my belly and one hand on my chest. And as I close my eyes, I pay attention to breathing slowly and deeply, and in no time at all, I find myself sound asleep. Thank you so much for participating in this bedtime yoga practice. I hope it has helped you. Maybe when you get up in the morning, send me a little message. Let me know how well it worked for you. Thanks for sharing our free yoga club channel with your friends and family. Good night.